That's right. It's a special, crazy, and horrific episode of Words with Nerds. That's right. Brand new issue. The Triple S crew is back. It's me, as always, your boy, Sundance Kid himself.
It's me, your boy Slick the Vic Rodriguez.
What's up, guys? It's Space Case coming back at you guys again for another podcast. Issue number 34, right? 34.
Four.
Maybe.
Four.
I don't, who knows?
Oh, no,
Who
no, no.
knows?
It's four because you're Vic next month, or next week's 35. Yeah, it's 34.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah. We're on track. Anyways, David, what are we doing, man?
Funny you should ask. But, so this week is my topic, and long story short, I was very drunk one night and I decided to watch a movie. Not just any movie, a horror movie. I'm a huge horror fan, as I know Victor is. Vince, I don't know how you feel about horror movies, but
I love him.
so the whole crew here loves horror movies. I've been watching them since I was a kid. Been having nightmares of them since I was a kid. This one probably the most, but we'll get back to that in a minute. So, we're gonna choose two horror movies each. We will then discuss them, and we'll let you guys know why they mean so much to us, why they're our choices, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pumped for this. I'm pretty jazzed. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I need to. I have no notes now because I definitely misheard you the first time when you said, "Hey, this is the episode for the next week." I have notes for top-notch horrors. Um, that's not going to work. So
Such
let
a
me
dad joke.
let me pick two new horror movies. Oh yeah, I think I got them. Yeah, we're good to go.
All right, Dad, where's the leaf blower? Oh my god.
It's in the garage, son. It's in the garage. Oh my god, who wants to kick it off?
You know what? I think I'll kick this one off.
Do it.
Well, wait. First off,
Oh yeah.
it's time for Sundance Corner.
Yay!
Oh my god.
So, folks, this week's on Sundance Corner, I went back and I decided to watch a show that I hadn't seen in quite some time. That's right. I'm going to follow the theme of this month or this topic of the week with True Detective, a show on HBO. There are 3 seasons, but really, you only got to watch the first one because that's the only one that really matters. Long story short, won a shit ton of awards. It is a crime fiction kind of serial show. The first season is fucking spectacular. It stars Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey as two Louisiana state detectives that unravel a mystery that has been going on for quite some time, as well as flash forwards to 17 years later. And you just get kind of enthralled with it. It is quite, there's a lot of subliminal messages in it, but there's also a lot of different themes, such as like uh, nihilism or nihilism, um, murder, obviously, whether you're being too hard on yourself, and like how do you go through life when like you are depressed and stuff like that. So I think it's a pretty great show, and the acting is superb. It's without getting too much into it, because I don't want to give anything away, because I really hope somebody who's watching this will watch it. um it's quite amazing. I think I was put onto it by my cousin Joey, and I kind of fell in love with it. So it's definitely in like my top 10 TV shows of all time. So I would definitely say, from Sundance Corner, please go and watch that show, True Detective. You can find it on HBO and HBO Max. Yeah, definitely check it out.
Y'all want to, let the people know what's new in the Words with Nerds YouTube, something else we're doing. We wanna announce that right now.
I think we do. Isn't that right, Victor?
Yes, I think we do. Do you guys want to announce that? Sorry,
Vince,
I'm
it's
still
your
reading my
baby,
notes.
so please announce it.
Honestly, it's all of our babies at this point. So David came up with a really cool idea. Me and Victor are absolutely down with doing it. We hope that you guys like it too. We understand that like the hour-long podcast isn't for everybody, which is totally understandable. I don't always have the time to listen to my favorite podcast, so I can, attest to that. You guys want quicker videos, some quick content that you can watch, bing, bang, boom. So what we're going to do is the three of us are going to grab our swords and our shields, and we're going to hop into a side quest, and we're going to talk about things that we love and know and want to talk about, and hopefully strike your interest. So yeah, new content coming probably next week after this video drops, and their side quest, man. We're going to do everything, you name it, we'll talk about it.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. We're gonna hit up topics such as movies, video games, books, TV shows. Like it doesn't matter. We're gonna hit it hard.
for
And the
sure.
best part about it is you're gonna be in smaller formats. So 5, maybe 6 minutes tops, so you guys can thoroughly enjoy it within a limited amount of time. So I think that's pretty dope, and
Yeah,
I'm looking
absolutely.
forward to it.
It's basically like we usually do our first 10, where we talk about quick subjects that aren't necessarily topic of the episode. We're kind of taking that and just doing small videos essentially with it. So yeah, hope you guys like it. Yeah, what else? I think that's it. I mean, I don't want to talk about anything because I got it prepped and recorded, ready to go for my first side quest, and I'm sure you guys got your side quests ready to go as well. So why don't we dive into the meat and potatoes of top-notch horror? Sorry,
Oh my
bad.
god. Taylor's gonna see this and kick your ass, man.
Oh, she's in the living room right now watching Black Widow. So
Oh,
So you mean practice for when she kicks your ass?
yeah, she's probably learning all sorts of.
She's definitely
Uh,
posing.
she's definitely posing.
She's
She's
definitely
learning all
posing.
sorts of action hero, superhero moves that she's gonna perform on me later, just because she hears me saying some dumb shit in the other room, and she's gonna beat me up when I'm done recording.
She's gonna be like, "What you say?" She's gonna like have it. She's gonna be sitting at the table and like click on the click on a lamp. And she's gonna be like, "So I heard you were talking about
I
horrors."
heard you guys were recording about your favorite horrors.
top-notch horrors is what you were
Top-notch
talking
You don't
about?
get it.
horrors?
It's a Halloween episode. I swear to God.
No, babe, I swear it wasn't me. It was the other guys. Oh,
She's
God,
gonna
that was
click.
so stereotypical.
She's gonna click off the light, and Vince is gonna be like, "Where's she coming from?" And where all you're gonna hear is just a bunch of like dishes falling, and then she's gonna be like, "Turn on the light." Click, click, and she's on the floor with a cabinet on her. I thought I could do a Black Widow.
Oh my God. Speaking of Halloween, and it goes with the topic too. Surprisingly,
Nice.
some people can not attest. Some people can contest. Basically, we're out of the early holidays of the year. We passed 4th of July, and some people consider this Halloween season already. It's Halloween all the way up until from the 5th of July all the way to October 31st. Do you guys agree with this, or is this absolutely nonsense?
I agree with it. It makes
Yeah,
sense. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty sound. I've watched Nightmare Before Christmas, and it's always Halloween. So, yeah, no, definitely Halloween year round. I'm sorry, I don't even think like before. Oh, I'm getting too strong about this. Halloween is amazing. All right.
Okay.
All right.
What the fuck just happened?
I'm sorry. I was just trying to contain my excitement for Halloween because, like, I really want to dress up this year.
Me too.
What are you gonna dress up as? You already know your costume for this year?
I don't know. I'm torn between I can either be Django from Django Unchained,
Mm.
Mandalorian from The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
or um, black guy number 2 from Clerks.
Dude, I know that guy.
Damn.
Victor, I know Victor's the cosplay person here. Do you have any fun Halloween outfits?
I actually don't know if you guys know this. A lot of cosplayers hate Halloween, or
Do
we
they
don't
really?
enjoy it.
Really?
It's weird. I always, for me personally, I don't really dress up. Like if I have to, I'll buy something from the store. But if not, like I think you've seen me at like Halloween parties. Like I don't really like dressing up. I go dressed like normal because all
Yeah.
my costumes are too elaborate to be like I'm gonna go drink in this for like all night and hopefully it doesn't get damaged and shit. Or a lot of cosplayers do
Yeah.
like joke ones. Like our buddy Steve did the fucking Toto by Africa like a couple years back.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, that's it's kind of
Hold
funny.
on. Wait, hold on. You and me went together one Halloween as
That's
Deadshot and Captain Boomerang.
that was way before I got really into cosplay, and I bought all that. I bought all of that. Like I bought the whole thing, and then I sold it because I was like, oh, I don't really want to keep this. I like decorating my house though. Vince can attest. I love decorating my house for Halloween. This year, me and
Mm.
my fiance, we're gonna buy like the 12-foot tall skeletons.
Aww.
Yeah, had to drop that there. That little sweet thing for Amanda. We're gonna buy the 12-foot skeletons if we can find one. I would
Mm.
like to buy two so we could put them like kind of like leaning over our garage playing cards. But I don't know if our
I love it.
association's gonna give a shit. But we're gonna do it, and we're gonna see if they're gonna send us a letter like, "Hey, can you not do this dumb shit?" I'm like, "All right, fair enough." But
You
I'm
guys are
excited for decorating.
you guys are such odd ducks, man. I fucking love it. All right, so let's hit this up. Um,
Let's do it.
being as how it is my week, I will hit one of you up with the first question, which is Slick Vic. Hit
What's
me
up?
with your favorite horror movie. Your first
So
choice.
my favorite horror movie, and it's a lot of people's favorite horror movie too, is Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn. It's one of Sam Raimi's like first movies that he came out with Bruce Campbell. Um, I love it because it's so cheesy and corny. It was made with the mentality of being like a B horror movie. Like Sam Raimi just wanted to kind of have fun with it. It's still scary if you watch it. It's terrifying. I watched it on Sci-Fi Channel when that was a thing. When it was like when they would be playing like very old horror movies all the time on Saturday mornings.
Hmm.
And I remember
Mm-hmm.
watching it and just being like, this movie's terrifying, but it's still funny. Like there's a lot of comedic aspects to it, and it's because Sam Raimi has a huge respect for the oddest thing, the Three Stooges. So a lot of the Three Stooges bits are put in there, which is really cool to watch. That's where everyone's seen this guy at some point. The titular character Ash Williams, he gets a chainsaw hand. We all have seen that character at like a con, or we've seen that like that iconically in pop culture. It's just been my favorite thing since I was a kid because it was always one of those goofy things that you just watch and you're like, it's scary, but I love it because it's so funny. And it did kind of give me nightmares because there's like one really creepy scene in the movie. I don't want to ruin it to anyone who hasn't seen it. Like it's one of those flicks that if you haven't gotten a chance to actually see it, go see it. There's actually two versions of this film. There's the original Evil Dead, which in its day was considered the scariest movie
Oh
that
my
came out.
god.
Like people were throwing up. Someone had a heart attack during the original screening of the movie because they were so freaked out about it.
X
The original one, yeah. The original one
X
was, I think
X.
it was either rated, what's above R? There's like a rating
Oh
above that where
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, you have to be like,
NC-17.
you had to be 17 to go watch this movie. Uh, so that came out through a different distributor than the second one. So the second one is kind of like the one that I like, Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, is kind of like a reboot remake in which he uses the same characters, but then the main character Ash kind of survives in the movie longer. It's I'm just a fan of stuff that's kind of weird, so that's why it's my pick. I loved weird stuff since I was a kid. It was either that or it was going to be Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So, but I feel like this is one of those movies that you don't have to really be into odd horror movies to watch. So I suggest anyone who you haven't seen it, just watch it. It's if you like Sam Raimi's other work,
Hmm.
like Spider-Man, you'll recognize actors from the Evil Dead in the Spider-Man movies for all three of his original trilogy. So yeah, that's my pick.
Interesting. Do you remember the first time that you watched this movie?
Mm-hmm. I was like 8 or 9, and my dad just wanted me to like stop running around the house, so he put on the TV, the Sci-Fi Channel, and I remember that. I remember he put it on, and I remember anytime he put on the Sci-Fi Channel, it was always like there was always Chucky or something on, so it always kind of freaked me out. I kind of slowed down, and then this movie started playing. But it played. I remember it played kinda in closer to the middle of the movie, so Ash already lost his
Hmm.
arm. Spoiler. And he starts losing his mind, where he's like laughing, and then the lamps laughing with him, and they're both kind of doing a fun little jig, and everything in the room's laughing. And I remember being a kid, I'm like, I don't know what's going on, this is terrifying, I'm gonna sit down and watch. And I remember sitting down watching. My dad's like, oh, I wouldn't think you like this kind of movie, and I'm just like deadpan staring at this certain. I remember the scene that scared the crap absolute crap out of me was the tree scene. I think, David, you've seen this movie, correct? Evil Dead. There's a tree scene in it. They
It's
remade it.
it's
So
it's fucking terrifying.
there's a particular tree scene in it, and it scared the shit out of me because it includes like one of my big fears, which is like I don't like getting touched. I have a very big thing on being touched. David can also attest to that because the first day we met, he hugged me and didn't let go,
I did.
and
It was
I almost
terrifying.
threw his ass. All right, so he
Like
grabs
you
me
did
like the
throw me in a
tree.
garbage
No,
can.
I almost did. I did not throw you in there. I
You
almost did.
definitely threw me in a garbage can, guys.
No,
And I was just like, hate crime, hate crime. Like this is terrible.
chill out, man.
And then we're best
No,
friends.
yeah, we were best friends. He hugged me, and I threw him over my arms, and I'm like, let go, and he's not letting me go. We're at work. This is the first time I ever met this kid. So I'm walking to the trash. Like it's one of the big trash containers too, like the one you put a body in. And I lift him up, and our manager at the time was just like, Victor, don't throw David in the trash. And I'm turning bright red, and this kid's like holding on to me now, either as like he's like hugging me, or
I
he's
was
like,
so adorable. And like everybody loved me, I think, up until that point at the store because they didn't know me. And I walk up to this fucking shell of a man, and he's just like, "Oh, I don't like hugs." Like, all right, well, fuck you then, dude.
I think, yeah, you overheard the conversation. I'm just like, I'm not a hugger unless I really know the person. And you're just like, oh, really? And like, that's one of my big fears. It's just like, so if you ever want to get on my nerves,
I'm
hug
such
me
a
if
little
I don't really
shit.
know you.
Yeah,
I'll just look at you and be like, don't ever do that again. Um, and then I
you
have
don't
a
like
really,
hugging me now.
I hug you all the time now because I
Known you
know
for
you.
like I've known you for like 8 years. You still don't even like hugs.
I give the pat hugs. Like I do those.
Oh, I
Um,
hate the pat. Just like this, it's so much testosterone. Just like hug me once. One pat is good if you're feeling uncomfortable, and then you don't have to do it like 4 or 5 times. We're
right.
men. There
The
it is.
second fear I have, and it's really weird. So I'm afraid of aliens. I'm afraid of just people touching me all the time. And I'm also afraid of speed. So if you ever drive with me, I actually drive like very close to the speed limit
You drive
because I've
Fuck
seen
slow
no,
as
you
so
don't.
many.
fuck.
Yeah, yeah, because I've seen so many. I've seen so many videos when I was in driver's ed of people crashing cars because that's how my
Mm,
teacher was like, and this is why you don't drink and drive. And I'm like, oh my god. So it also includes like a scene where the tree pulls someone at like high speed and fucking kills them. And I was just like,
damn.
well, this is terrifying. Yeah, so it has two of my fears. But yeah, that's the first time I watched it was when I was a little kid, and it was halfway through, and it forced me to like wait till next Saturday to watch it again.
Evil Dead's
Jesus Christ.
a great pick, especially out the gate. I think the original one is. I think when it came out, it had the same kind of effect as like the newer one, where it was
Mm-hmm.
like just instantly terrifying, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, they did a great job at just making it such a scary movie. The stakes are just so real. It's like in your face, just terror. It's terrorizing. I don't know. It scared the shit out of
And
me.
there's
Nah, yeah,
and
it's definitely terrifying.
there's also something I enjoy about the fact that like the villain or the monster is not something you can physically fight.
Yeah.
Because if you can physically fight something, there is like a better chance of survival. but it's something that possesses you, and it's a disembodied spirit. So that is a already kind of a scary thing that I was like, oh Jesus, this is terrifying. There's like they're not gonna win. This is awesome. I want to watch this.
Yeah.
I want to see how they all die. So yeah, that's why I like it.
No, absolutely.
Speaking on that, Vince, give me
Yo.
your first option. What's going on? What's your first choice for
So
your favorite horror movie?
yeah, I feel like we all kind of like, at least the three of us, we all kind of had similar childhoods as far as like us being introduced to certain types of TV shows and movies and stuff like that. Like I also grew up at a young age having my dad who loved Halloween. He was one who would like decorate the house all crazy. I remember he used to close the garage and like play spooky music inside, but like blast it so the whole neighborhood could hear it. Like we had the spooky house when you were trick or treating. We didn't have like the fun come and get your candy kind of house. It was like that house is scary as shit. I don't know if I want to go there. You know what I mean? So, on AMC they used to play the Halloween. I mean, they still do play all the Halloween movies. But yeah, AMC used to play all the good ones, and I remember um, being introduced to a lot of my favorite horror movies, Evil Dead being one of them, Friday the 13th, like David's wearing the shirt right now. Um, yeah, like at a young age, a lot of horror movies, a lot of just spooky things. So I'm definitely, it's Halloween season to me right now. Um, I remember, having my my mom and stepdad, like they were big Stephen King fans. They had all the books, and actually I have them all now. I When I moved out, they gave all the Stephen King books to me. So I'm a big Stephen King fan. So my pick for this week is gonna be the original Stephen King's It that came out in 1990. Wow, I got an applause. Jam. Okay, all right.
Nice,
That's a
nice.
Cool.
that's a solid pick, man.
Richie.
Yeah, dude. And honestly, so I every week I try to like refresh my brain. I haven't watched this movie for a long, long time, so I rewatched it like I don't know, 4 or 5 days ago, whatever. I put it on the background, and I'm like playing a video game on my computer, and I'm watching a movie in the background, and it's It. And I love the video game I'm playing. Like it's my favorite video game. And it just completely tore my attention away from this game, and I was sucked right back in. I was like, this is such a well written movie. I love that the original, they do both the backstory with the kids, the Losers Club, and they
Mhm.
do the new take on it, or like the I don't know, modern recent take, like the
Mhm.
story of today, I guess, in their world.
Oh, the flash forward.
Flash
Yeah.
Yeah.
forward, yeah, there we go. Flashback, flash forward. Thank you for helping me do words. Um, yeah,
That's
so
what we
I
do.
like that they go back and forth like that. It just, yeah. What's the guy's name? Man, I feel so bad by not
Tim
remembering his
Oh,
Curry.
name.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. Thank you so much. A lot of people don't recognize him from Rocky Horror, which blows my mind. But yeah, if you don't know,
Dude,
the guy that is in Rocky
Frankfurter.
Horror, is like the main dude, is the guy that plays It. Yeah, he does such a great job at playing It. This is a pretty well-known fact, but not a lot of people know it at the same time. The cast members, while filming It, they could not hang out with Tim Curry because he was so fucking creepy and he wouldn't break his character. So like, I can't even imagine like going on set to film a movie or whatever, and this dude's a clown. First of all, that's creepy, but he's not breaking character. Like that itself has to be a mind fuck. And then you get into the story and you're acting and you're in that headspace, and like you've got this dude still playing that same character, and I'm sure it's just like it had to be such a crazy time filming that movie.
And
Yeah.
meanwhile, you have like today's remake with when Bill Hader is talking about laughing with
Yeah,
Skarsgård on
yeah. There's
set.
that picture of them, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, definitely a different time.
Mhm.
Um, what was the most terrifying aspect of the movie for you?
I think it's the mental aspect. Like they're kids and they they're terrified of this clown, obviously, but then they grow up, and because they're grown up, because they stop believing, right? it doesn't exist. So once it comes back and they're adults and it's a threat again, that's kind of scary for me. But then seeing fuck, I forget the character's name, but he's at dinner with his wife and he gets a phone call and they say, "Hey, it's back." And he goes up to the bath
Stan the man.
stand.
Stan
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
man.
He goes up to the bathroom and just he kills himself because he just can't do it again. He's just like, that to me is terrifying. Like you've got this demonic character that is fucking with you so bad that you don't even want to face it. You don't even want to like. There's no shot for you to even win. You're just like, nope, I'm out. Like that was probably the scariest part to me.
Do you prefer the book or the movie?
For the original, the
Mm-hmm.
1991. Um, Actually, the answer is the same for both. I prefer the movies. Actually, the book is great. There's a lot of details and some stories that get left out in the movies, obviously, but the movie's great. I'm a movie fan over a book reader, anyways, so I definitely like the movie.
Would you recommend the remake or the original?
Hmm.
If somebody asked
Yeah.
you, "Hey, I want to watch this movie," or if you're just like, "Hey, what's a good movie with like such and such," and you would recommend it, but which
Yeah.
one would it be?
Okay. Well, okay. So the new one has two parts. It's parts one and two, and
Mm-hmm.
well, we might talk about that later. Who knows? But I think if I had to pick between the old one and the new one, I would go with the old one. I like the old one better.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, I will hit you guys with, unless Victor, did you have any follow up for him?
Um, it's Tim Curry facts. That's
Yeah.
about it. I appreciate
Hit
that you
us with the
picked that
curry
one.
facts.
Yeah. I'm curious.
Yeah,
What do you got?
I appreciate that you brought up his method acting. That he
Uh,
didn't break character at all,
Yeah.
and he purposely wanted to make them uncomfortable. There's an interview where he said, "I wanted them to be on edge around me all the time." So that was one cool fact. Second, really cool fact about it is that he auditioned for. Did you guys ever watch a movie called Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yeah.
yeah, love
He
Who Framed Roger
auditioned for
Rabbit.
the judge,
Oh.
and he puts his entire heart and soul into roles. Steven Spielberg says you are terrifying. So he's like, I can't put you in this movie because you are genuinely terrifying. You make me uncomfortable, but let me put you in an episode of Tales from the Crypt. So
There
that's
we go.
a fun little Tim Curry fact. And then last one, I guess. No, that's it. Actually, I really appreciate that you picked the original one because I thought Tim Curry's performance. I love Bill Skarsgård. I love him.
You all
Skarsgård,
right?
yeah.
Skarsgård. I love him.
Having
I
a
just
stroke.
I don't know if I was pronouncing it correctly, but I think Curry just did a better job. Like Bill did an amazing job, but Curry for back then with no prosthetics or computer graphics, he made you on edge just his movements and his mannerisms, and
Oh
that
yeah.
is a whole level of acting.
Yeah.
So
I
thank you for picking that. That's all I gotta say, Vince.
completely agree with you. Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
It's super. It's just, and keep in mind that I don't even think that came out in theaters. That was a
Oh
TV
yeah, yeah. You're
movie.
right. You're right. Yep.
It was
TV
a
only.
So like, it was a
yeah
TV movie, and then they re-released it so
Yeah.
many like years later.
yeah.
But like, it's just amazing. But we'll move on. This is my first choice for the horror movies. I'm gonna go with Candyman.
Ooh.
Candyman was originally written as the character itself was part of a short story done by Clive Barker. What are you doing right now? What is this?
Oh, you said it twice. I'm just gonna keep going until you say it 5 times.
Oh no, no, no! Don't worry. I'm not gonna say it. I don't. I'm not trying to put that. That there's for the devil. Um,
Sorry.
so, so the short story is actually called The Forbidden, and it was a short story by Clive Barker. Clive Barker's, as you know, he did such films as like Hellraiser and Nightbreed,
Mm-hmm.
both very amazing horror movies.
Yep.
The story was originated in 1985. Um, so there was like an anthology series that he did, and originally the story took place in Liverpool, um, being that Clive Barker's from England. Uh, so eventually he got together with a director named Bernie Rose. And Bernie Rose, he's done a couple of other amazing horror movies as well. I will name them at the end because I do not have that on me. But so they changed the setting from, in order to reach a bigger audience, they changed it from Liverpool to Chicago, specifically a place called Cabrini Green.
Mm.
Back in the '90s, this was a big, huge project. Projects of Chicago,
Mhm.
super dangerous. Small fact, not a fun fact, but a small fact is that somebody got shot while they were on set and while
Mhm.
they were filming, and I'm pretty sure they
Damn.
died.
Oh shit.
But
Yep.
so originally, the director of the movie wanted his wife to star as the main character, who we all know the name Helen. But she got pregnant, so they originally went. They ultimately went with Virginia Madsen, who, by the way, is just absolutely gorgeous in this movie. Like her eyes, hypnotic, and I'll come back to that fact later.
Come on, man.
I'll come back. There's a reason I'm saying it.
Sure.
Mhm.
Um, so Candyman is originally a pale skinned dude with like long blonde hair, but like Tony Todd eventually went for the audition for the role, and Bernie like heard his voice and like his presence. He's a very tall dude. He's over 6 foot. His
Mhm.
voice is just like silky smooth, like it's velvety. Like there's a point in the movie where he says the main character's name, and it's just sounding like they're in a parking lot, so it sounds like amplified, but it's just like Helen. It
Yeah.
just sounds it's creepy, bro. CM, because I don't want to keep saying his name because I would like to sleep tonight. The villain of the story is uh, a wraith, a vengeful wraith from the origin story for the villain is that he was a free man, a former slave's son back in the 1800s, who became rich from inventing the mass production design for shoes. And so he's educated, he's a black man, uh, pretty much every person's worst fear, as it were. And he becomes a painter, and he paints this white woman, and eventually they fall in love, and they sleep together. Obviously daddy finds out, doesn't like it, and so a mob chases him out, um, and they cut off his hand, they replace it with a hook, they put honey all over him, and then a bunch of bees sting him to death. Fun fact about the movie is that the bees that they used for the movie were also newborn, so they had less of a chance to sting the actors. Um, and another fun fact was that there is a scene in the movie in which Tony Todd has bees in his mouth. He has protective film in his mouth to keep them from like really stinging him or like going down his throat.
Jesus.
But Tony Todd made a deal with the company or the studio in which every time he got stung, he got $1,000, and he ended up with
Oh
$23,000,
my
which is
god.
fucking amazing. Um, you know, there was also points where like there was film around the set and the rest of the crew is outside of it. So they were essentially like in a little biosphere, and Tony Todd and Virginia Madsen were just like getting stung by these bees, and like the rest of the crew is outside, like keep at it. But so the story goes that if you say his name 5 times in a mirror, he will appear behind you and kill you. And so you know. Virginia Madsen plays this character Helen, who is a grad student at UIC, um, and is doing her thesis on Candyman. And so that leads her to Cabrini Green, in which she hears the legend and she starts diving deeper and deeper into it. And eventually she figures out that it's real. You give power to something that's something like that. And yeah, I love this movie so much just because one, the theme of it, which is like uh, systematic racial racial injustice that leads to the villain's not just a villain to be a villain. He's a villain because he was killed, and he is vengeful of that, and now he doesn't know what to be, And there's this very cathartic moment, like in that movie. I don't want to give it away in case people watch it, but he's aware of what he is. But and self awareness in a villain is so scary, especially in like a horror movie where it's just like they added layers to it, and it also shows you how much power you can give something if you believe in it. Um, I thought it was so cool. Tony Todd is just so iconic in that movie. Virginia Madison was definitely like a dope ass scream queen, and I also want you guys to know another fun fact about the movie.
Bro, hold on. Did you just say that this girl was a top-notch screen cream?
Screen cream
Welcome to Top Notch
scream.
Horrors, where we're talking about screen creamers.
Jesus. There's another notch
My
on the
last fact
fucking
about
wall
this
for.
movie. My last notch about this notch. Fucking Christ.
Sorry, I fucked you up.
My last fact about this movie, which I think is really cool, is that they actually hypnotized Virginia Madsen. So there's a scene in the movie where like they do a close up of her face, and it looks like her like she's just kind of out of it. She was actually hypnotized by the director who went and learned how to hypnotize, just so that he could do that. And the take is fucking beautiful. Um, there's such a surprise twist at the ending as well. Just so much about this movie is amazing, but it's so amazing that it's boring, Vince.
No,
So
I'm just
stop
lack of
talking
oxygen
about
to my brain.
it. No, but I would definitely recommend this movie. There's also a sequel coming out in a couple of months for can CM. I actually believe in that shit, so like I don't even want to fuck around and say it.
Wait, were you guys? Do you guys remember being kids and like locking yourselves in the bathrooms with your friends and
Bloody
Bloody
Mary.
Mary?
Bloody Mary and Candyman and all sorts of those. Honestly,
Ugh.
I don't even think to this day that I've actually gone through with it. That shit does kind of freak me out. Like I know nothing's gonna
I've
happen, but
never done
I
that,
just
no.
can't muster
But you
myself
see,
up to actually do it, just in
but
case. Just
that's
in
yeah,
case.
that's the same reason why we watch horror movies. We want to be scared without actually being in danger, like knowing
Yep.
that something is there. But
Yeah.
then when we put ourselves in those situations, suddenly something in your head is just like, let's chill out. Let's not push it. Guys, thank you so much for indulging me this week, and you know the thing about horror movies, like I said, is that the best part about them is that we get to feel like we're in danger without actually being in danger when we watch them. There's something that's very cathartic about that, and I appreciate you guys listening to me and sharing with me your thoughts on them as well. Hopefully, we can revisit this chapter, and we'll have a couple of more top notches for this.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, I love today's topic. Love horror movies. Love talking about them. So it was a lot of fun. Can't wait to do it again. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Victor, do you want to let us know what we're doing next week? And then I actually kind of want to let everybody know what I'm doing the following week. I'll give them like specific dates.
Well, we're gonna have another Sunday recording if I get my pick. So I want to review a movie. Are you guys down?
Yeah, we're down. So basically,
Perfect.
so it would come out. We would record, ahead of time, but the movie comes out this Friday.
Mm-hmm.
For us right now,
Mm-hmm.
it is currently Sunday. I mean, for you guys, it's Wednesday. Um, it's confusing. Anyways,
Christopher
um,
Nolan film there, buddy.
I know. So
God,
don't even worry
we're in
about all that.
Tenant.
Guys, listen. So all you have to worry about is today is Wednesday the 4th, right? Top notch
Mhm.
horror. Next Wednesday, August 11th, Victor, we are talking about
The Suicide Squad, Mr. James Gunn's
hell yeah.
interpretation of the iconic Task Force X series, which already has been garnering 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. They say the cast is just to
Ooh.
die for and lovable. It beat The Dark Knight. Like, I am excited as hell to review it with my two bestest buddies. So that's me.
Nobody beats the Dark Knight.
Dude, I'm so excited for this next one. The first one was really cool. This second one seems like it has so much more invested into it, and it's such a big cast, but
Mm-hmm.
I think they're gonna pull it off and be able to like fine tune everybody and not pull a Zack Snyder where he can't give everyone character progression because there's too big of a cast.
Or they give him 3.5 hours.
I know, right?
No, apparently
Yeah.
it's a good, nice, what is it, 2 hour long movie. It's going to be great. I'm excited to review it. And we're hoping that you guys enjoy that review. And Mr. Trebek, I mean, Vince, what's your pick?
Yeah, so Wednesday 11th, we're going to do Suicide Squad. And then we got Wednesday, August 18th. We're going to do our first ever Words with Nerds trivia night. I'm going to host and we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to quiz these boys. It's going to be David, DJ, Mr. Sundance Kid himself versus Victor, Slick Vic, the know it all Rodriguez. So it's going to be a battle for the ages, man. I can't wait to do it. I want to let you guys know in advance because I kind of want to hype it up. I want to see you guys place your bets. Don't actually give us real money. We're not worth it. Don't fucking do it. But like, place your mental
Give us
bets.
money.
Who's gonna win?
Speak for yourself.
You guys, Team David, Team Victor. Yeah, that's what's on our plate for the next 2 weeks coming up. That's all I got for now. Thanks again for watching this week, Mr. DJ. Go ahead and send us out, my friend.
Time to take off this watch, look in the mirror, and say something 5 times. But guys, thank you so much for staying and hearing us nerds talk words. As always, it's me, Sundance Kid.
It's me, Slick Candyman. Vic?
Jesus Christ. Later.